Hello, everyone. I am very, very happy to present the next 2026 SNAG Lifetime Achievement Award to the indubitable, the legendary, the wonderful Joyce J. Scott. Now, I thank Susan Cummins for her nomination of Joyce, and I also thank Devere and Cindy Strauss, who are part of our committee to go and finally choose Joyce. Now, Joyce herself, what else can we say about such an extraordinary artist who has worked in so many different mediums, so many different forms, so many different discussions. I think about the best way I can sum up Joyce is my first time meeting with her. So this was during the pandemic, and I was reaching out, trying to go and interview all these different jewelers coming from the African diaspora. And all of a sudden, I went and set up the Zoom with Joyce. I went and pressed the button. I was ready, very formal, perfectly in my good state of mind to go and interview Joyce. And the first thing I see on the screen is Joyce saying, "Hey, boo!" And I'm like, what is this? And why is she showing me her wig collection? What does this have to do with jewelry? And even though this conversation could have seemed a little odd, it was her warm heart that was really shown in the ways that she just cares for her craft and cares for the people around her. Having work that has important questions and discussions about racism, sexism, and many other tragedies and issues in the world, and confronting us through these pieces that she makes, while at the same time keeping her trademark humor in the same moment. This is what made Joyce such a fun and absolutely important artist who has played a big role in not just the world of jewelry, but the world of art and design itself. And with it, I also want to say how Joyce is not just important in her art, but also important in the way that she always gave back. As the unofficial mother of Baltimore, she has always been a part of her Baltimore community. She has always been supportive of that community as well, and has always made sure to give her left foot, right foot, every foot, just to make sure that every jeweler is represented. So I'm so happy to present this award to Joyce, but unfortunately she is unable to make it today. However, she definitely made sure she didn't want to be forgotten. So we will have first an introduction of Joyce by Susan Cummins, and then after we will have a wonderful music video featuring Joyce and her friend featured Kay Laurel Mohammed, and then after a lovely message from Joyce to go and thank the SNAG and the SNAG committees for her award. Thank you so much, and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Susan Cummins, and I'm here to present Joyce J. Scott as this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner. I wish I could be with you there in Detroit. It looks like a wonderful conference. Joyce is best known for her sculpture using blown glass and freeform beading. She's also achieved success as an innovative jeweler, printmaker, and performance artist. She comes from a long line of makers skilled at pottery, knitting, metalwork, basketry, storytelling, and quilting. Joyce's parents were born to sharecroppers in North Carolina who were descendants of slaves. Her family moved to Baltimore, where she was born in 1948. Her mother, Elizabeth Talbot Scott, was a quilter who, as Joyce likes to say, started her on her creative path in utero. Joyce earned her Bachelor of Fine Arts from the Maryland Institute College of Art in 1970 and a Master's of Fine Arts from the Instituto Allende in Mexico in 1971. She has 4 honorary doctorates, 2 of them from universities in her hometown of Baltimore, Maryland. Her CV is an equally impressive list of awards, starting with an Artist Fellowship from the National Endowment of the Arts in 1970, and perhaps most notably, a MacArthur Fellowship known as a Genius Award in 2016. She's been recognized by the Louis Comfort Tiffany Foundation, the American Crafts Council, the Glass Art Society, the Smithsonian Institution, and now by the Society of North American Goldsmiths with the 2026 Lifetime Achievement Award. Her work is featured in museums across the country, including the Smithsonian and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. She's been selected for residencies and has exhibited, performed, and taught internationally. In 2024, the New York Times ran a profile of Joyce celebrating her 50-year retrospective at the Baltimore Museum of Art. This wasn't the first time she'd turned up in that newspaper, and it demonstrates the reach and importance of her work. She's an artist adept at blurring the boundaries between fine art and craft and social activism, using them all with intention and creativity. When you meet Joyce, you immediately feel her vibrancy and authenticity. The same should be said for her art. It makes us think. It makes us talk. It makes us change. It's rare to find an artist who can so exquisitely juxtapose the finery of beadwork with the ugliness of violence and injustice in our world. I first encountered Joyce's work in the 1980s when she created a series of brooches depicting the Jonestown Massacre, a horrific murder-suicide that claimed the lives of more than 900 people. I've been captivated by her work ever since. Her craftsmanship confronts difficult subjects: racism, misogyny, rape, and brutality. I've had the opportunity to interview Joyce and ask her, why turn these powerful and challenging subjects into jewelry? Her answer is straightforward: because people will talk about it. Her art is intended to start conversation, and the fact that a lot of it is meant to be worn adds another layer of depth and complexity. These conversations may be difficult, but at this moment in time, in this country, these are exactly the conversations we should have. Let's talk about racism. Let's talk about sexism. We're grateful to artists like Joyce who challenge us not to avert our eyes, cover our ears, and close our mouths in the face of human tragedy and injustice. And Joyce, you are a wonder. I'm so glad you're part of this community. Thank you.
Joyce.
What?
Joyce, what are you doing these days?
Girl, I'm having my 50th retrospective at the Baltimore Museum of Art in 2024.
Wow.
Over 120 artworks that I made. And at the exact same time, Mom's going to be having her 25th anniversary show.
I'm just so glad your mom is getting acknowledged for her great artistry.
That's why I love Baltimore, because they love their peoples.
I am so excited for you.
Well, you know, we round the way girls. And I was
That's
right
a lie.
down in Sandtown, and you know that's the truth.
North and Poplar Grove is the truth.
That's right.
I'm happy that this city knows who you are and are recognizing you.
Tell me about Woundworks.
Woundwork,
Troublemaker.
Woundwork is doing well. For so long, I fought being a teacher.
Yeah.
I really am a teacher.
You
I
are
really
a teacher. Because you're a giver. You have a sense of humor with the kids, and you have a real vast well of knowledge. You know,
true.
We went everywhere.
That's
we went
true.
all around the world performing the Thunder Thighs, sliding our trade, and I mean the artistic trade.
That's right. Not only do you make roads for yourself, but you always opening doors for others. You give, and you're one of the most talented people I know.
I feel the same way about you.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we don't count all of this knowledge and experience and strength in Baltimore and make it possible for those who are coming after us.
That's right.
And who's going to do it? Do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know?
Do you know?
You know, you know,
in education, no, but money and manipulation. Do you know? Do you know?
You know, you know,
Baltimore, so corrupt. The rich get richer, the sick get sicker. It's a plan, it's a plot. Drinking a toxic cocktail of poverty, illiteracy, racial disparity, violence and massive incarceration. Children in the dead and powerless, hopeless. It's a plan, it's a plot. A threat to undermine our progress. Baltimore is so corrupt. The rich get richer, the sick get sicker. Teenage pregnancy, HIV, slumlords, gangs, and STDs. Crackheads, trash, broken bottles and glass. Red top, blue tops, tucked in the stash. It's like another galaxy, dying from fatality. With police brutality, is this reality? Gunshots, helicopters, mothers crying, children dying. Did you know? We jobless, we homeless, we're friendless. This shit is endless. It's a plan, it's a plot. Baltimore so corrupt. The rich get richer, and the sick get sicker. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Hell yeah.
What a pity, it's not witty, kind of shitty. You know, Charm City.
you know, you know, you know.
Hi, everybody. It's Joyce J. Scott. You know, the person who's going to get this award, well, I couldn't make it. I'm old. I'm 77. The idea about being on a plane, not only the idea, my legs hurt thinking about it. So I'm coming to you. My godson, Rasan Jamil Hamid, a filmmaker, is doing this for me. He's treating me badly, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for giving me a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's Snagalicious. I'm very proud to be one in the number. I want you to know that I'm one of those artists who's been doing art prenatally. My mother, Elizabeth Talfer Scott, is a nationally known artist, a textile artist. I have a very prosaic African-American history. My parents, Charlie Scott Jr. from North Carolina, was a sharecropper. He picked tobacco. My mother, Elizabeth Scott, was a sharecropper in South Carolina. They picked cotton. They came to Maryland separately. Not because they thought they were going to have great freedom. It's because they were going to get 1 scintilla more of choice. And finally they met. And they had me. It's wonderful because Maryland, and Baltimore specifically, had a good school system. And that allowed me to be educated, all the way from elementary school up to senior high school. And it allowed me to be supported by my community and by my teachers. The entire time I was an artist. My mom did art at home, but all of my teachers would give me extra materials at the end of the school year so I could make art all summer and then bring it to them. My senior high school teacher, Roland Yoder, he gave me the opportunity to go to an arts camp, and I taught and I was fabulous, and then he helped me get a senatorial scholarship to the Maryland Institute College of Art. I went there sure I was going to be a painter, but they disabused me of that right away. They said you should stop painting for the betterment of yourself and the entire human race. Now look, I always knew I'd be a teacher, but I didn't think I'd be certified. I went into the education department, and there I was, learning all of the things that my mother had talked about and that she taught me. Well, I realized I'd be a 700-pound alcoholic if I stayed in the public school system, so I did what any self-respecting hippie would do. In 1970, I ran off to Mexico. Kumbaya. And while I was there, I was blessed to get a scholarship at the Instituto Allende, where I received my master's degree in crafts. Why am I telling you all of this stuff? As an African-American artist, as an African-American roundaway girl who lived across the street from the projects, who was born in 1948, right after the Second World War, who was alive during virulent racism, and who lived through the hippie days of the 60s, 70s, and now at 77 is receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. Well, you ought to know why. There are a couple of things I want you to know about living. I believe that this is the only life I get. Okay, I think I'm going to go to heaven. I'll probably be in detention for a really long time, but that's not the point. I've always run after art. I've always been in pursuit of brilliance. I always was running after what my parents were not allowed to have. My skill, my bully pulpit is as an artist. And that's what I'm standing on. And I give that to you. Now, I've done all kinds of art. If you haven't figured out, I've been an actress and a singer and a comedian, but I've also been a textile artist. I work in glass. Beadwork, which insinuates itself into everything I do. A printmaker, a painter. Why? Not just because I'm really good at it, but because I was hungry for that brilliance, for that knowledge, and that's what I'd like you to do. Run after it. You know, people think, but I'll make mistakes. In one of my shows, I wrote a song, and here's one of the lines. Do yourself a favor, 3 years of hard labor, dig yourself a hole and then jump on in while you're climbing out. Find out life's all about crimes. Find out what life's all about. There are not a lot of mistakes. I mean, you know, standing in front of a moving bus, that's a mistake. That last guy you dated, I shouldn't have brought it up. That's a mistake. But running after brilliance, trying things, making new things, that's life. Wait, I know you think, like many of us, that in reincarnation, because, you know, I'm an ex-hippie, kumbaya. You believe you're going to come back as a monarch, or maybe some kind of cool breeze or the sunlight. Maybe you'll be a little pond flowing into a waterfall, down into a big river with goldfish and, koi. Or maybe you'll come back as mucus. That's right, I said body fluid. You don't know. So while you are this human being and blessed to be a maker, run after it. I mean, blessed to be a maker, we are the bedrock for all societies. We make what you eat, what you drink, what you wear, what you sit in. Everything comes from us. And you as a maker, you have this amazing thing that it comes from you naturally. Yeah, we're taught how to refine our skills. But from you comes this magic, this alchemy that allows you to help shape the society in which we live. So go after it. You know, when I talked about my parents earlier, and I said they came from the South, my mom used to say this to me all the time. Joyce, don't hide your light under a bushel. She used to say, I shall not be denied. That's an old Southern thing. Don't hide your light under a bushel. By that they meant don't let people take your glow away from you. your pizzazz, your power, your prowess. And so I don't. I mean, my parents had to hide their lights under a bushel because of their ethnicity, their lack of academic education, and because somebody, some societal body, wanted to keep their foot on my parents' neck. I say this in the vernacular. If you can't cop a hit off this, then step back. Because this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you, SNAG, for making me this wonderful awardee, a Lifetime Achievement. I'm gonna live a lot longer. I'm going to a continuing Lifetime Achievement Award. I wish I were there with all of you. Thanks.